Quest Unplayed Game Podcast. Yeah. Go, baby, go. Yeah.
Oh, baby,
Shoot.
oh.
I know. That's all I had.
That
was on the spot.
That was
on
like
the
a
spot.
terrible lyrics. Go, baby, go.
Go, baby, go. Play the video game. It's gonna be cool, not very lame.
All right. Welcome to Quest Unplayed, everyone. Yeah, Zach. That was Zach's best try giving it some lyrics of our song. So, if anyone actually has any ideas for our, background music or intro and outro music, then
I'll get a hold of Method Man and see if he'll give us some stuff or Red Man. You know what I mean? We got to get some.
All right, that sounds
Wu-Tang
good.
up in this joint. That's what we really need.
Yeah, that's fun. But anyways, welcome to Quest Unplayed, where three of us and guests talk about games. I'm George, the co-host of Quest Unplayed, and this quest is joined by Anthony.
Anthony.
Hey, everyone.
Zach.
That's me. Hi.
And we have another guest, Remy.
Remy.
Yes.
Woo! Yeah, it's gonna be so fun.
Remix.
Yeah, some of you might actually have already seen Anthony and I play his game, but we'll talk more about his game. But before we do that, this podcast is sponsored by Minimap, your ultimate gaming hub, gaming companion app. You can sync your game accounts, make your own game collections, connect with any other gamers in our community, and enjoy anything about games.
You can make friends.
Game friends.
Game friends.
Here comes
thing nowadays.
Real
the video.
What'd you say?
I said real friends.
Real friends. They could be real friends. I mean,
Real friends.
Me and Zach are friends, and Anthony are.
yeah. And we don't even live in the same country. And I've smelled his hair before.
Wait, what? You smell his hair?
He was asleep.
Oh. What kind of shampoo does he use?
I think he used my soap. I actually bought him soap from HEB before he came in.
Oh, I just realized.
When they told me to drag a square, I was confused. I was literally dragging people around. I was like, "You're a square!" They're like, "Stop it!"
Like it's an updated game on this list, on this video.
For those of you watching on Spotify, this is a super awesome advertisement for Minimap, place for all their gaming needs, and talkie about gaming with frenzies.
True that. Minimap, you're all.
I'm sold.
All right.
Yeah, it's actually pretty
All right.
dope. That's where I met. That's where I met this guy over here, old George Stir.
Yay, Remy was sold. Yeah, so it's basically like a social network platform just for video gamers, but you can actually track your entire gaming history too. So that's really fun.
Don't look at my gaming history.
You what?
Don't look at my gaming history.
Oh, I looked at it.
I did too. I think there was one of the person that I saw that had like the most playtime was like 27,000 hours into like video games
So
altogether.
basically, we're like grass is for weirdos.
7,000 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And actually, someone actually showed me that one of his friend played like the Left 4 Dead 2 for like 11,000 hours, just like one game, and I was like, dang, that's I don't know what it is. It's like commitment.
Left 4 Dead though, that's a
Now,
pretty good game though.
Years? How many
Yeah.
years? 3 years? 4 years?
So hold on, you're saying like you're amazed by someone playing like one game for like 1,100 hours, or what was it?
11,000 hours.
All right, 11,000 hours.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I
quite
need
a
to
bit.
calculate
Yeah,
that.
that was a pretty impressive number. I was like,
I need to
looking at this.
calculate how many years that is.
Dude, I used to be
That-
embarrassed because I played Overwatch 1 when it first came out so much. Did they remember the borders? Like I had the highest border you could get, and people were like, "Bro," I'm like, "Shut up! I like it." And so, but you couldn't hide it because they're like, "Bro, we can see your border." I'm like, "Go away, border," because I didn't have a fake account or nothing. I was just like,
Is there a game that you spent a lot of hours into, Remy?
Yeah, there was a moment where I kind of had to like look at my Dota 2 hour play.
Oh.
Here's the biggest problem is that like I played more Dota 1. Like that was
Oh.
I forget exactly. I was looking at my Steam and something in my brain is like, nah, you don't want to see this. This is gonna to you, buddy.
He's like, don't do it.
No,
Don't
do-
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't look at it. Don't look at it. Yeah, so welcome to
It
the
is kinda-
podcast.
It is kind
Right.
of crazy when you
Like 2
look
years.
at those hours and you're like, dang, I spent like this. When you die, that'll literally be over your head. Like, boop, 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 boop. Like
Especially for like a game for like Dota 2 where it's like 90% of my playtime was me like hating the fact that I was playing the game.
you're just like, oh, this game sucks so bad. And everybody's
That's so.
like,
Yeah,
you
that's like.
played a lot of this game you hate.
Yeah, that's the same as League of Legends too. Like you're like
Yeah.
liking it like 10% maybe 15% of the time, and then the rest of it you're like swearing, listening to someone swearing.
It's not like this is making you a better person. It's
Yeah.
just giving you a bigger vocabulary of like words you shouldn't say in general public. Like
Yep,
it's
exactly.
better to just drop
The worst is
Yeah.
when you're excited to play one of those games and you just jump on. You're like, I'm gonna have so much fun, and you're in one game already. And you're like, yeah, not today.
You're 5 minutes in, mid is already just feeding, and then
Yeah.
top and bottom are screaming at each other, and you're like, oh well, great. This is
You're just watching people die over and over again. You're like, what
45
the
more
fuck are you
minutes of
even
this,
doing?
buddy. Can't come to dinner, baby. I'm playing.
I watched a game once when this dude was playing tank and he just ran. This is a different type of game, but same type of game. You know what I'm saying? And he just ran up into the jungle and started fighting the jungle. And I was like, "What are you? You don't even hurt. Like, what are you doing?" Just kept dying. I was like, "This is over." I already started trying to hit the surrender button. I was like, "Let's just surrender." They're like, "No, we can make it."
and they're usually the ones that say the other lane, like blaming on the other lanes, or like
Oh, yeah, they're like,
jungle
"You
tips
guys-
or whatever.
If you guys knew the strat, you would have been here with me. And I'm like, "No, we would have, you idiot." But okay, thanks. It's super fun.
Oh yeah, super fun. But yeah, sorry. Thank you for coming to the podcast, Remy. But could you tell us a little bit about yourself and the game and your studio?
Yeah, so I am the writer and level designer for the studio Quail Button. We're a 3-person dev team with me, my programmer, producer, colleague who is upstairs working on the game right now, probably.
Oh.
And we've also got an artist and animator who's currently vacationing in Italy right now with her husband. We wish him well. And we're making a game called A Week in the Life of Asocial Giraffe. It's
Wait,
a point-and-click
he-
stealth game. Oh, go
He
ahead.
went to Italy and you got to do the podcast.
No, she went to Italy.
Oh, he's okay.
The husband also got to go to Italy, which is, perks of being married. There.
Yeah, it's always nice, right? But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No worries. So it's a point-and-click stealth game. You play as a giraffe with severe social anxiety. So severe that if you ever talk to anyone, your head will explode.
It's
You
not-
got to
Oh,
go
yes.
through a week of his exciting life doing things on his to-do list. You got to go to the laundromat. You got to pick up a book at the library. You got to go to the gym, all while making sure nobody in Friendly City ever sees you. Because if they see you, they'll want to talk to you. It's
Yeah.
voted the friendliest city in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, so I actually love the animation and all the artwork and all. So I mean, we'll
Art is doing a bang-up job.
yeah, we'll talk a little bit. I mean, a lot more about the game and the studio. But before we do that, we have some fun activity that we usually do these days, called the Player Made Game Awards. This is where you get to give any game any kind of award you want. You can name whatever award you want, but. So, do you have any nominees that you wanna, or the winners actually, award winners that you wanna?
Oh, I got a winner in there. So it was a game that just came out of nowhere. I was trying to apply to a festival for the game, and the festival rules were you had to like review everyone else's submission, and they'd review your submission. Kind of weird rules, but anyway, one game I played, a little demo of the game. Blew me away, and my feedback for them that you write in the box was, "Dude, I'm just buying this game. This game's awesome." It's called Telebit, Telebbit. This is a really good game. Was not expecting to have so much fun with it, and I don't know. I really liked it.
This game?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, looks super fun. What's just oh, okay.
I'm gonna give it the dude. That was a really cool game award.
Dude, that was a really cool game award.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. All right. So, anyone you was listening, you should probably at least try Talabit.
Demo's fire. Yeah.
Yeah, because Remy loves it. Anything else that you want to give a award to?
What have been playing a lot? I'm gonna give a award to the Dispatch.
Yay.
I'm a big fan of like adventure games. I always said that like Telltale Games way back in the day, they were doing like a lot of cool stuff,
Mhm.
and it made me real sad when their company went down. But I always kind of looked at them as like real innovators in like the adventure game genre because they were like simplifying and opening up the genre for other people.
Mhm.
So I know that this game had like one hell of a production cycle. I know that like they had to deal with a lot of shit. So what's the award? Glad you guys stuck it through award.
All right. Glad you guys stuck it through award.
Yeah.
The game is devs are the guys who made they're from the Telltale and then they kind of split
Yeah,
up
they
and
did
then
Wolf Among Us.
yes. Was
I love Wolf Among Us. A lot of
Is
people
it-
talk about Telltale, but Wolf Among Us was so good.
Oh yeah, 100%.
did they say the second one actually came out?
No. I hear that they're also dealing with some production problems. In fact, I think that this thing was like part of the dev team going like, while we're doing this, we're also going to make this. And it seemed like both ends were having problems. But this one survived it through. Fingers crossed that the other one can come on through too, because I'd love to play the sequel.
Yep. I mean, Wolf Among Us is a great game.
hmm
Not gonna lie.
Anybody else pull off Grindel's arm and beat him to death with it? Because that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I think I was like 14% of the people chose that, and I was like, that was me.
Yeah. Any other games? I mean, obviously you have to give your game an award.
I guess so. Man, that's real nepotistic, ain't it? Okay, A Week in the Life of Asocial Giraffe. What award would I give that? Hey, we're on there.
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna give that the Has a Giraffe Award. I think that's important. I think there's not a lot of games that are in that running, and so we got to recognize them.
Actually, that is true. I've never seen. I mean, except for a game that's like taking place in like a zoo or something. I've never actually seen any game that has like the main character as a giraffe.
Well, we chose the main character as a giraffe for our stealth game because we actually do believe giraffes are the stealthiest animal. I don't know about you guys. I have never walked out the side of my home and like just seen a giraffe. So they're hiding pretty good.
Okay, that's a good way to approach it. Okay, makes sense. All right. Oh, okay, that's interesting. But and also, I love the design. I mean, I said this already, but I love the art. I mean, he looks.
Art is doing so good.
Yeah, like he or she. I don't know. The giraffe is looking so like awkward and among all these people, all these different people. It's fire. Yeah. Do you have any other games you want to give awards to? I mean, you don't have to, but just.
I'll give one more award.
Okay.
It's a game that our programmer made called Relumine, Relumine.
It's there.
Yeah,
It's there. Oh, okay.
it's such a good game. I'm gonna give that the bullied into eventually making a remaster award because this is like an ongoing discussion amongst our dev team about what we're gonna be doing next. I think this game we should revisit it. I think
Wait,
it's good.
bullet into eventually making a
Remaster.
Remaster.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. Okay. I'll just leave it there. All right, Willem. The design of it kind of reminds me of the Valley. What's that one game? The Valley.
Monument Valley.
Monument Valley. Is it like a similar type of a game?
Yeah. So the gameplay puzzle is that you're in a mine of an ancient magical civilization. You find a crystal that allows you to rotate the world, and all the magical blocks have different properties when you rotate them. Nice, solid puzzle game. If you have like an afternoon free, it will be a good way to spend that time.
Sweet. Awesome. Is that it?
Those are all the games that have ever been made. Yeah.
All right. I'll just put it into a one. Nice. Award system. Yay! So the four awards made by Remy are the Telebit gets Dude, That Was a Really Cool Game Award. Dispatch gets Glad You Guys Stuck It Through Award. A Week in the Social Life, or week. I always get this wrong. A week.
It's a tongue twister.
A week in the life of asocial giraffe gets a Has a Giraffe Award, and Relumine gets Bullet into eventually making a remaster award. All right, thank you.
One of my favorite parts of your guys' video when you were trying to say that. You're like, let me look it up. I was like, oh God, here we go.
I know. It's like, I know it's got like week, a giraffe, and life there. Like life of, is it like a week of a life of a, is it life of a week of a, but it's actually I mean, it's sticking out, you know, like it's just it's standing out. So I mean, I love it.
No lie, I had to look up the name when you said that because I was like, wait, what was that name? Because when you said that, I was like, oh, okay, all right, I get it now. That is a long one.
Have any of Zach or Anthony, have you guys played any of these four? I mean, except for obviously the giraffe game.
To tell you the truth, I want to play Dispatch. I haven't played the other two, but I tell a bit looks so familiar to me. I think I played the demo.
Okay.
I gotta check because that rabbit is it a kind of like a platformer?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I swear I played it.
I think you definitely did play it.
What did you just say to me?
I think you definitely did play it. It sounds familiar.
Well, no, it really does because I haven't seen because the thing that stands out to me is I love how beautiful the art is.
Mm.
Yeah, I did play this. It is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's already out, right? I mean, I think I saw
Yeah.
it came out in 2024.
It looks like one of those games I get really angry at after a while, so maybe that's why I try to forget it. I'm looking at it right now, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's why. Oh, yeah. It's a platformer, so there's like parts where you got to do like bouncing off walls and stuff, and I'm usually like, oh, son of a... Then I call Anthony up, and I'm like, hey, Anthony, I need you to remote in on this and just do this part for me, and I'll watch.
Yeah, Anthony loves Metrovania and platformer.
I just give Anthony anything that's like makes my brain hurt. I'm like, here, you do this. And I just watch. It's good times.
Actually, Anthony hates platformers in Metrovania.
I hate platformers.
But me and Zach, we actually enjoy him play it though. Like,
Sure.
He
I love
suffers.
watching anybody play stuff they don't like playing. Anytime
Exactly.
there's somebody, I'm like, this is hilarious. And they're like, and then you can tell they're not liking it. You're like, what's wrong, buddy? And they're like, no, it's a lot of fun. I'm like, you're lying. You don't like that at all.
Yeah.
There's something about like the Nintendo effect of watching someone play a game that they're not like well versed and good at. Like seeing like, you know, the speed runners and like the people who are like able to like 100% master and no death these games. There's an artistry and a mastery to that. I'll give them that. But I'm the weird sick freak who like watches through the window and I'm like, I want to see someone who's never picked up a controller in their life play Elden Ring. That's what I want to see. I want to see like 35-year-old mom be like, I've heard this game's good. I'll give it a shot. And I want to see like 100 hours of her until she's like screaming at the final boss fight. That's what I want to see.
I remember back in the day when I used to get super pissed on games, and then I apologized because I would just be like saying all kinds of stuff that young streamer me would say that was, you know, probably out of bounds a little bit.
Sure. And
then they were like, I mean, out of bounds is just like multiple curse words in a row. It wasn't anything like bad, like, but just a lot of cursing, right? And then one time I apologized. I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry, guys. I don't mean to be blowing up like that. And they're like, no, this is our favorite. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, dude, when you're not screaming, we don't want to watch. And I'm like, this makes no sense.
I mean, it's usually fun watching someone like not like suffering, like really physically suffering, but like suffering
George likes it.
Suffering through like, you know, playing other, because I watched Anthony suffering through the Metrovania. I don't forget what it's called, but he literally died like 100 times while I was watching for like 30 minutes or 15 minutes, and then he swore every single time. I've never seen Anthony swear before that.
And you know what's sad is he watched me play the irony, and the whole time he's like, hey, maybe you should just drop down the hard setting. And I was like, shut up. Like,
yeah, no, that's not a solution. That's not a solution.
Yeah, that's not it.
the thing I like is the catharsis. I want to see them fail 99 times because when they succeed, and
Yeah.
they finally can like just take a moment to like enjoy the
Yep.
dopamine rush.
Yes,
I'm like
yes.
there with them. I'm like, dude, you triumphed. You know, it
No,
was
that
all
is
bearing down. You could have quit, but you didn't.
Yeah.
and you know they're engaged too. Like you could
Yeah.
see that they're like, this is, you know. Is there a game that you've ever played, Anthony, where you just like were trying over and over again, and you liked it, but you're also just so bad at it? You're just like, I hate this right now, but I love it. Besides Tetris,
What?
I'm just kidding. I know you killed Tetris, huh?
I love Tetris.
I do. I love it. I think most people love Tetris.
That'd be a weird least favorite game. You know, the guy
Yeah.
whose least favorite game is Tetris. He's like, don't even bring it up to me. The shape's fallen. Fuck that game. Fuck that game.
My parents were killed by shapes. You're like, what? We're in a dark alley, and the L shape landed on my mom. You're like, okay, this is the weirdest origin story of time, but all right.
Yeah. You have anything,
Thinking,
Anthony?
look at him.
I'm thinking.
He's going through all the pains that he had. Suffering. Deaths.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Heavy question. It's a heavy question. The bittersweet agony game that you got, yeah.
I think yeah, there are a lot of. I think I've seen a streamer who did like the Guitar Hero where he doesn't miss a single. Like he had to like do all the stages like with like a perfect combos, and it took him like 3-4 years to do that. He streamed every single one of them, and when he finally did it, everyone like cried because he was just, he cried obviously.
He
but,
cried. They cried.
Yeah, we were like, oh, we did it together. So it's a journey that you take with the streamer or the content creator. So that's gonna be tough.
I think that's honestly is the most entertaining is when you see people who are playing the game for the first time, they are enjoying it, and they're and they're figuring things out. Once they get to the point where it's like, yeah, bro, so like you really want to pick this one, and it's after that you're like, okay,
yeah, the magic is kind of lost. Again, I respect them for what they do, but it's not my form of entertainment. For some reason, I know a lot of people who are like huge fans of like the what is it called, the amateur speed running gaming thing. But I kind of watch it with them. They're like, no, you got to see this guy play Frogger like like an expert, and I kind of watch it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but like, good for him. But like again, seeing like guy who's like, this is usually like a fishing channel, but my grandson told me that I had to pick up this game, and then like going like, oh, this is a great game. I can't wait till he gets to this part. I want to see that narrative reveal drop and see how it affects him. I like that moment. I like the moments of like discovery.
Who was like one of my favorite people to do that, and he only did a couple of them, but I would die laughing every single time. Is Conan O'Brien used to have a segment called Sucky Gamer Plays or whatever, and he used to play games, and he was so bad at them. He didn't know how to play video games in the first place, and he'd have a guy like trying to help him out. I was dying laughing. He was just like, what? And then he'd be like, so why am I even trying to do this anyways? And the guy's like, because you're trying to do this. And he goes, that just seems dumb. Like,
no, that's as like the designer in me is like, actually that's my core target audience is like, if I can take someone who has no like understanding of like this game, this media, these devices at all, and I can somehow craft an experience where they've got this controller in the hand, an Xbox controller, and they're like, well, which is the Nintendo button, right? And then just by the nature of the design, that they're like 45 minutes in and they're like leaning forward and they got the sweat on their forehead and they're like, okay, I just got to hit this double jump at this moment so that I can get the critical hit in there. Then it's like, you did it. You cracked the code. There's something in like the brain that like this designed thing is what I'm searching for. I like that.
That's awesome.
Great. That's awesome.
That's like when I remember waking up and watching my mom try to hop to Mario. When Nintendo first dropped, and I woke up my eyes, and my mom's sitting on my floor, and she's like, yeah. And then I made the worst mistake ever. I go, Mom, it doesn't help when you hop. She's like, I wasn't playing it. She throws the controller down and walks out. I'm like,
no.
Shit, I should have been like, yeah, Mom, you got that flag. Because after that, she's like, those are stupid games. But you could tell because she was like doing the thing, and I was like, that doesn't help, Mom. And I was like,
no, she's in the zone. She was in it.
I was like probably 8 years old and half awake. Or I was like 6 or 7, but I was like, "Oh, mom, that doesn't work." She's like,
Yeah.
"Get up, you got chores." I'm like, "Should have just let her hot."
Did you remember, Anthony, any of the games that you suffered through and then you
Yes.
finally accomplished? Okay, we're ready to hear it.
Super Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rented that from Blockbuster.
Me too.
That's another thing I miss. Remember when you'd rent a game and you would keep it for as long as you could just beat it and then return it?
No,
That
well,
was
I think
so
one of those
weird.
things is you
That was
gotta
a
beat the
weird
game
time.
before you return it.
Yeah.
So like, if
You always
you're
have
like,
that.
you know, only gonna go to the Blockbuster once a month and you're gonna get one game or something like that, like,
Yeah.
I mean, you're rolling the dice. So
Yeah.
I always thought it was weird because, like, you know, we rent Super Nintendo games. I got a friend. He never lets me tell that story because then he has to tell this story that he's like, you think you had it bad. I was like 5 years older than you, and so we would go to like the computer rental store, and then I would have to get like a PC game.
Mhm.
And he says, I played all of like Curse of Strahd or Castle Ravenloft, this old D&D, AD&D game. And I know those games. They're fucking horrible. They're like 90% dark hallways with insta-death traps, and they're unfair, and like there's no save system. And he's like, it was the only game I had!
It's all I had.
Baronson. That game is horrible! And I 100%ed it when I was a kid because it's all I had!
Yeah.
Memorize the fucking cave because there was no light and the drops would just drop you to the fucking beginning of the fucking game.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember those.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
He said, "That's all I had."
Well, I remember when back in the days when I had to get a guide book for one of the games I was playing. Like for example, it was like Final Fantasy. I go to
Oh,
the
man.
library and I start printing out. It's like printing out like 600 pages.
Yeah.
I wonder how many game magazines got put out by the internet. They're like, "Damn you!" Like, because it used to always be like, "Here's your copy of game, and if you want to pay $30 more, you could get the guide." And I'm like, so I could read my way through the game. No, I'm gonna just go at it halfway through. I'm like, I should have got that stupid
When
guide.
you get those PC game magazines and they came with a game demo inside.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So this is a moment where I was like, so I'm kind of like just like a hey, we're moving towards a bigger, brighter, better future when we like iterate. Sometimes we like have creative destruction and we lose stuff, but tomorrow's gonna be better than yesterday in general. However, one day for some reason for some game, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do in the year like 2023 or 2024. I'm going to go on to GameFAQs. I remember going on to GameFAQs when I was a kid, and I looked at it, and like I guess the entire site is like now monetized, and it's like a wiki format, or like it's impossible to do stuff. And there was a moment where I was like, no. What about the art of like the game logo that people would make? What happened to that?
Yeah.
Lost something pure.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
No, it's the same. I know this isn't the same, but that's like when I went to MySpace and I was like, I wonder how MySpace is. And I created an account, got on there, and I was like, it's just for music. Like I was so confused. I was gonna come to work and be like, hey guys, I went back to MySpace, but I was like, this is lame as hell.
Put the genie back in the bottle. That's.
I remember I used to always check out GameSpy.
Oh yeah, I remember GameSpy. It was a green logo, wasn't it? With the yeah.
Dude,
Good old
booting
days.
that up to like get into a multiplayer match of like a Quake game, like those were the days.
Good old Game Shark. Remember
Yeah.
Game Shark? That was the jam too.
Yeah.
So many companies got put out after the internet came out. Oh well.
Yeah. I think those are good
Rest
old
in peace.
times. Yep. Rest in peace, every company that went out because of the digital era, online era.
You're gone but not forgotten.
Yeah. I think it's time to jump into the companion waypoint.
Let's talk about this cool giraffe game.
Yay! And the studio. Don't forget the studio.
Yeah, the studio too. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
All right. We'll watch the trailer together and then we'll talk more about the game.
Okay, Mom.
Okay, son.
Are you
I do
sure?
love this art. So whoever your artist was is fire.
Fire. Also
Yeah,
music.
that'd be hard to do. Uh-oh. I remember this part.
He jumps off the window.
Oh, poor fella.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, the trailer's fire too.
Yeah.
Thank you kindly. Thank you
It,
kindly.
it looks like a dope ass game.
Yeah, he does.
I think
I
it's
think
pretty
it played. I was on vacation.
I mean, you can still play the demo if you want
How
to.
dare I see my family? Yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, show your family the demo.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's very
I
kid
try.
friendly too.
I'm always telling my kids, I'm like, hey, play this because they're old enough now. And I'm like, hey, play this game. They're like, nah, Dad, I want to play Gmod. And the other one's like, I'm playing this new Roblox game. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. I can't with you anymore.
The Roblox thing, that does concern me. I don't know. We're talking about the game now. I can't start ranting about Roblox.
Yeah, no. Let's get out for that. Trust me, I don't like it either. But no, yeah, I love that art. Was that like the direction you guys wanted to go through when you first did it, or?
We had like a few iterations where we were like trying to experiment with some art styles. There was talk before about like, whether or not we wanted to make this game more sort of like awkward and gross looking, but that was like a 15-minute conversation. We quickly pivoted towards a sort of a limited animation, mid-century modern art style. Taking inspiration from things like UPA or like Neo Revival, like Craig McCracken and stuff like that, because we wanted something clear, crisp, and concise to convey information for the players as well. Because we're like a 3-person team, we have to make sure that like the overhead is kind of low. We're not going to be able to do like tons and tons of frames, so we wanted to make sure we were doing very effective animation. And so the mid-century modern style is based entirely on that. How do you make sure that the movement looks as good as cheaply as possible?
It doesn't. It doesn't feel cheap at all.
It doesn't feel cheap.
No.
It looks really good.
Cheap is the wrong word. Efficiency is what.
Yeah,
you
cost
would say.
efficiency.
Least amount of manpower or cost.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Look, Disney animation looks great, but like you look up like what was it, General Boing Boing or something like that? The old UPA stuff, like that looks great. It just works, and again, that kind of functionality is just like when it comes to either visual design, narrative design, level design, puzzle design, anything. I like that. I like that efficiency kind of like model of just bring it directly to the forefront.
That's
It reminds me of that style of comic or those cartoon comic books you used to read on newspaper articles, the little kind of ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think when it comes down to it, like a lot of times, like you said, there's like different art styles, right? And you can go in all kind of different directions. You can go to 3D art, like a 3D models, all that other kind of stuff. But when you pick something that's cute and simple like that, but it also gives your characters life, I feel like to me that just means more to me than you could have went with. And I'm a huge fan of pixel art, but I'm kind of glad that we see something like this that's cartoonish.
Yeah, I like pixel art too, but I also like to have like a reason why the art is the art for any aspect of the game. I'm one of those people who picks any asset and goes, why is this here? If there's a reason for it, then I'm happy. If not, then I feel like you could take a pair of scissors and cut it out. For the art style that we chose, we did want something open, inviting to bring people in, sort of to lure them with the false promise that this is going to be something of like just a cute sort of like, I guess the word is wholesome games nowadays. And then kind of hitting them with the head exploding kind of mechanic. And then to say like, by the way, this is like a pretty serious like stealth puzzle game. Enjoy.
okay.
I mean, you did a good job.
Yeah, it's a great job. Just so I had a question for this, but are 3 of you all social and sociable? Is it like is the characteristic coming from someone from the team, or is it just like an idea that you guys had?
So it is all of us, actually.
Okay.
We are all asocial people, but and this is one of the reasons why we think this is like a rich topic for the game. We're all asocial in different ways. The artist and programmer are more sort of the recluse kind of types. I am the quote unquote token socialite, but it's only because I'm so good at masking. The minute that like I become like a hamstrung or unstable, the entire facade collapses, which is funny. So that we can have all this, I guess you could say, lived experience that we can put into the game.
That's okay. I really like the fact that you said, we're all social in different ways. That's
Yeah.
actually very true.
No,
They always say that most people, even asocial and social, have a little of both in them. It just depends on how much they have.
Yeah,
So I
I
guess
mean,
the one
yeah.
guy who's not scared of talking to people is like, you like talking to people. We're like, oh, okay, fine, I'll go to the stupid podcast, and then and then we got you. But I just listening to you talk and stuff, you're very intelligent and easy to talk to. So I would never know you're asocial if I was just BSing with you somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we all got to live in, civilization and society. If we were going to try to island our life away, then things would be a lot more complicated and hard for all of us, wouldn't we? But that's one of the stories that we're trying to tell in the game. Giraffe, his major problem is his asociality. Everyone else in Friendly City has problems of their own. In pure adventure game fashion, every character has something that they need, whether or not it's they need to reach something on a shelf, or they need to fix their social life, or they've lost a job and they're destitute. Any sort of like problem that you need to solve in the adventure game format, they'll see you, they'll talk to you, tell you their life story in like 7 or 8 like eye-rolling puns, and then ask you distinctly for help, and then your head will explode. But the sort of comparison we're making is that like all these people can talk to each other, and that's like one of the superpowers that they have. Giraffe's problem is that he can't have that. He doesn't have that. Everyone in the city would bend over backwards to help him with his problems if only they could discuss it with him, right? So yeah, that's one of the themes of our game, is sort of like the loneliness of the asocial.
That's
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. Like that.
Yeah.
And you were joking about it earlier about giraffes being when I was watching them play it, and they were. And I knew the concept of the fact that it's supposed to be stealthy and you can't nobody's not going to notice a giraffe.
Yeah.
And, what I'm saying? Like if you don't see the giraffe, you are blind. Like so I like that he's like the biggest person in the room. You're like, it's super awkward.
No, yeah. So one of the reasons we did end up with the giraffe, for narrative reasons otherwise, but like one of the things we wanted to display was that he had no advantages. That you are not like more stealthy as a giraffe in any way, shape, or form. You have to like find hiding places that can accommodate you. You can't just like skirt away without people not noticing. You're a giraffe. I mean, I would talk to a giraffe if I
Yeah,
could see a
right.
giraffe. I
Yeah,
just don't know that
100%.
his head's going to explode when I do so.
Especially like, how does that hoodie get over your head? That's one question I would have. I'm like, how are you
That
getting
is,
that up there, my guy? Like,
We got a lot of people asking that question. We have other levels in the game, such as a level where he puts on like a face mask, and levels where he changes his clothes in like a clothing store. We're playing a lot with that cartoon logic. I think it's funny.
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Which was the most difficult part, Anthony, for when you were playing the game? Which stage or the level? We played 3 state. I think we played 3 of them.
That'd be train, market, photo center, and then answer the door.
Ah, that's 4. Okay.
I think the market was tricky in the
Yeah.
beginning, but then I figured out the puzzle or the what I had to do eventually.
Market is the level where we say, hey, by the way, we're like a strictly mechanic-driven game, by the way. So good luck. We like to introduce people into the game kind of softly with the train level, where it's like, hey, here's the interactions you can have. Here's the mechanics that you're going to do, and then the guardrails quickly come down on the second level, which I think is kind of funny. But yeah, did you ever talk to someone to get like a hint? By the way,
For the market?
yeah.
No. Well, I didn't tell you anything. I mean, because I played the demo before Anthony did, but then I didn't. tell him except for the fact that you're gonna die if you run into people. That's all I had told him. I was like, yo, if you run into a person or anyone, then you die basically. That's the only
That
thing I
was
told him.
actually one of my favorite parts of watching you two play is when he would like, well, you're gonna die.
Yeah,
He's
you're
like-
gonna.
He's
There
like,
we
"No,
go.
you're gonna
You're-
die." I was like,
Yep.
yeah, he died. Yep.
The head is gonna explode.
First time the giraffe died, I was like, why did he was just talking to him? Like, why did the giraffe die? Poor fella. I was like, holy, this is a dangerous game.
Yeah.
It is. So one of the funny things about it is to see the reaction that we have for people for that reaction. So we wanted to make sure that like people were jiving with like the theme of the game all over the world,
Right.
not just making like a game that's for people in like Los Angeles or something like that.
Mm-mm.
And the difference between the reactions is kind of funny. When we show the game off in America, we get a lot of people saying, "Nah, I'm with the people of Friendly City. I see Giraffe. I'm talking to Giraffe. He's got to like get over that stuff." We showed the game off in Japan at Bit Summit, and I was like I hope they like the game. The first person to sit down plays through the entire demo, and they take out their phone and they type some stuff and they translate it and they show it to me, and they're like, why did a Japanese company like ask a white guy like you to represent their game? I don't understand this. And I was like, no, I made the game. I'm glad that that you're like proud of your culture, but like no, yeah.
Oh god.
You're like, thanks for the compliment, I think.
Yeah, no. So yeah, the game works on
funny.
both levels. The social people will be able to see like life through their his eyes, and the asocial people, hopefully, they're going like, yeah, this tells my story.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously it depends on the people, but like usually, like in the Asian culture, it's usually people are a little bit more shy compared to like people in the West because like especially. I mean, I'm in Korea too, so a lot of Koreans don't usually talk to like random strangers. Like they don't say like hi or how are you doing, stuff like
why.
that. Like they just like mind their own businesses and just like pass by. Like, but like in the
I
States,
love
like
it.
you
I
just
love
like
talking to random people. It's
yeah,
the
like
most fun
in
ever.
the States, you just go say hi, like just how you doing, like just talking to random people like in the bench of the park or something. But in Korea, you don't see that very often.
This is
I
why
like
do
this.
phone
I like to say
calls
hi to
rather
people and
than
just
do
see what
text
they're doing.
messages.
What'd you say, Anthony? Sorry.
I don't like phone calls, and that's why I prefer to do text messages.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
always just. I'll just walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey, how's it going today?" They're like, "Good," and I'm like, "All right, man. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?" Yeah. All right. Well, all right. Well, have a good day. And they're just like, "What just happened?" And I'm just like,
Yeah.
So the other favorite comment we got from Bit Summit in Japan was that this person was playing. They got into like they finished the market level, and then they took their phone out, typed a message, translated it, showed it to me, and it was, "Is this accurately representing what America really is like?" And I read it, and I had to like bite my lip because I had to.
You're like,
Yes.
actually, it's worse.
It is.
These people are all friendly.
That's how the media shows.
Yeah, no. I think it's funny too because in Japan, wrestling's big right now, like pro wrestling, but they don't watch it like we do. They're very quiet through the whole match. They're like this.
That's funny.
But we're just like, yeah, murder! But the Japanese are, and then when they're done, they're just like, they clap a little bit. And I'm like,
Good show.
like,
Good show.
it'd be so hard to be a wrestler over there. Like, yeah, get hyped. They're like,
Yeah.
show me something, big boy. You're like, okay, I guess we're wrestling now. This is weird, but
Yeah.
that's kind of cool that you connected with them a little bit.
That's what you're hoping for. You're not so much hoping to make like a game specifically for X types of people. You're hoping to make something that resonates with the lived human experience, right?
Mm. Right. Yeah, I think.
I think that's dope. To be honest with
Very
you.
like I mean it feels like as I talk to you more and more, you had like a set of philosophy behind creating this fun and cozy looking game. Because like when I played it, it was just like a simple puzzle game, with like cute character. But then you guys had like your ideas and philosophy that was well delved into the game. So that's awesome.
Yeah, we got rules of engagement when it comes to the design philosophy. Absolutely. For instance, the character design. There's strict rules for that. Early on, we were also trying to discuss what sort of like comedic tone we were taking with it. We decided that although there was like the popularity of things like Untitled Goose Game or something like that, we didn't want Giraffe to be the guy who would set a building on fire to get people out of it so that he can go through it unimpeded.
That would have been funny.
Nah, he's the character who sees a burning building and therefore has to go into it because there's a crowd in the sidewalk watching it, and thereby like putting it out as he goes through it. Like that's the rule.
He's saving the day on accident.
He's got to do it. There's no other way forward. He has to go through the burning building, and he's going to save the day. And then he's also going to have to go into this to-do list and say, like, well, I got to return this video, to the video store. Like that's the real goal.
He's like, damn it. That's super cool.
So, do you plan on like having, like, for example, I mean, I know that the giraffe is going to be going through different levels and different stories, obviously, but will it have like a narrative behind the entire, like, is it, the plot of the giraffe, like, for example, like his daily life, or is he has like friends, actual friends, or a story behind him?
So no like spoilers, but
okay.
That we wanted to make sure that the game felt at first like it's a compilation of random mini games that you're going to be playing. Think about all the puzzles that you could be solving, and then we are going to like hit the player with the narrative arc, which is focusing on the idea of being asocial but also being lonely, wanting to change but being very good at the way that your life is currently lived, entrenched behaviors, avoiding problems so well that problems are really hard to confront. These are all stuff that we want to discuss while also making sure people are enjoying the game and laughing the entire way through. 90% humor, 10% heart, right?
Wow.
We're hoping that people will enjoy the experience and come away from it more so than like just a Sunday funny strip and say like, wow, this was like an experience. I'm changed after it, right?
That's super dope.
I'm changed. I didn't even get to play it, but I was watching him play it, and I was like, I want to play that game.
Yeah, me too.
So you were talking about the kids. I don't like saying the game is for everyone, but like, especially in festivals, we like to say that our core demographic is a little kid who has never played a stealth or puzzle or adventure game before. The mom who has never played any game before, being able to help the kid. And then the dad watching silently in the back going, I want to play.
Yeah.
Or going, that was a bad mistake, son. You really let me down over here.
I've already solved this puzzle. Oh, I could do it.
You're
now
like, oh, that's it. This didn't.
Wait a minute,
that's
you
it.
got it wrong? No. The game's wrong.
You did your best, son. That's all that matters. Sorry.
Do you know, like, do you have like a rough idea of like how many levels it'll have, or
we've got the number of levels nailed down. The final total is something around I think 40 levels, and some of those are more sort of like theatric pieces. Some of those are not so much the hardcore puzzle; they're more sort of like vignette moments that we're still trying to make interestingly interactive.
Okay.
We're looking at not just making it a super hardcore puzzle game, but also having sort of these moments where people have to like take the game in a more abstract sort of like tone to get something special out of that too. But yeah, overall, we wanted to make sure that it was like accessible. That if you're a fan of puzzle, adventure, or stealth games and a veteran of them, that you're still going to really like the enjoyment of the design of it, and that if your kid has never played any of those, that the hint system is gratuitous enough and everything is clearly designed enough that they'd still be able to beat it at around the same time that you would.
Or if you're me, you don't get angry. You just go, oh, and then stop playing a game.
So that's actually another thing that like I'm really focusing on for the design. I brought up like the wholesome game genre before. I actually think that like as much as people like poo-poo it, like it's a really interesting concept in the world of design. I had a friend who told me that you know what a wholesome game is? It's a app without a mechanic, and I'm like, that's a bit harsh, but I understand where you're coming from.
You're like, oh, that was a little mean. But
different folks, different stoats and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
the thing that I think is really interesting about that is the concept of losing as punishment versus losing as pleasure. And I think that that's like a really fascinating concept when it comes to designing games. Where losing used to just mean like, hey, you got 2 extra chances before you got to put another quarter in the box, buddy.
Right.
Whereas like losing as something that is like an enjoyable experience is like an interesting sort of like design philosophy for games. I'd even like say that like wholesome games that have no lose states, those they can be very interesting. But I'm interested in the games that make losing really fun. I'd even put like FromSoft games in that category where it's like, it actually was very funny that the boss threw me off the edge. I'm going to remember that more than beating the boss. Yeah, I don't know. That's something that we're doing with this game too. 90% of our like animation content are like custom animation death scenes and stuff like that. So, and also like you don't get to experience any of the dialogue, which I wrote and I hope you all enjoy, unless you're going to talk. So if you want to hear like some of the most horrible puns and jokes, then you're gonna have to start clicking on people while holding different objects.
And just get murdered.
And not to mention, when you like talk to people in adventure game fashion, like strict to the genre, they'll give you a hint about what you have to do next. It's actually why we wanted to make this a stealth adventure game about not talking to people, is because the adventure game genre, the game loop is have a set of places you can go and items you can pick up, and then talk to people for context clues about what you're supposed to do next, because the logic actually isn't something that you can puzzle out without that. And so the idea was, could you actually make an adventure game where the whole point is not to talk to people and not to have sort of like a symbol arrow direction telling you what to do next, to just convey the information, where you could either talk to people and get the information, but you could also just stare at the screen and then use your brain to think, I know how the things interact now, and I know how to do what I need to do.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I think it's a fascinating game, and I like that you guys made it cute and stuff too. Because it's like most times people think stealth games, they think of like Snake sitting inside of a locker waiting to snap someone's neck, but you just have a giraffe trying to get a drink out of a cooler, and so not him trying to walk in over to somebody in a box like, I'm gonna kill you. It's actually just interesting.
I've always loved stealth games. Growing up, Thief was like my favorite game. Played that just way too many times. And yeah, Metal Gear Solid, just like the idea of like a stealth game was so cool. And I think that like the stealth game genre has not been accessible to a lot of people for a long time. I mean, Sly Cooper, that's like the child-friendly like Metal Gear Solid version of the game. But other than that, like the stealth mechanic has been kind of like not there for a lot of like games that are supposed to be open and accessible. I think that that's an open opportunity. I think that's something that is a cool game design mechanic, and I feel like kids can enjoy it too.
That's awesome. So you're opening it all up for people.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's one of the things that I like as a designer. I like to say like, these people love this genre, but then there's all these people over here who have no idea what that's it. Can I craft an experience that lets these people know that this stuff is cool, but also has these people go, yeah, that's what we like. That's I think like the cool design challenge, the question to ask yourself. And it's especially useful if you're hoping to be able to pay rent and buy groceries.
Yeah. You're like, the real trick is, can I make a living with this?
Yeah. That's the I was going to say $1 million question, but it's game design. So let's be a little bit more realistic.
You never know. Yeah. It could just pop off, and you're just like, what's happening right now? Like,
yeah, look at the Peak and all those little different indie games.
That is true. Good job for them. Again, I think that like I guess I'm opening it up to a broader topic, but like the indie scene seems so fucking healthy right now. I know people are talking about like the game industry is burning down, but like I don't know, it seems like it's AAA shedding off people from like hiring too many people during like the pandemic, and then everyone is moving to smaller, middle-sized studios. Like
I've actually, go ahead. I'm sorry.
If the long tail is thick and fat, then like I think that's a better designator of the health of the industry than like the peak.
I was going to say, I think that's one thing that I've actually heard, like your version, like you're saying it, like people are like, But I heard someone say the gaming industry is not going anywhere. It's the most grossing medium in the world. But a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people, especially big studios, are noticing now that indies are making, because it's, big studios are all about just making the money, right? But
Sure.
a lot of times these indie companies are coming out with these bangers with like 2, 3 guys, 5 guys. They're making like their overhead is like insane compared to these $1 million companies. They're like, I think people are starting to catch on. They're like, yeah, I could hire hundreds of people to make Battlefield, whatever the next one's going to be, and make
and then your design
overhead.
philosophy will be to cut corners and make it more direct for like this thing that you're spending more money than ever on the next title for.
Yeah. Or we could put a smart 5-man team, give them all the stuff we need, and just go, hey, build us a game that we think is going to take off.
And what do they need? I mean, like if I had $100 million right now, I could either try to do some sort of like AA, what would that price model be? AA and a half kind of be game, or 100 super polished indie games like
that people want to play.
That
that people want to play. They get into it. It costs less than a AAA title. It's got it's fun and memorable characters. It's, you know what I mean? It's different, but in a good way. And then, it's not one of those things where it's just the same turd polished over and over again,
The passion index for people who want to make this stuff is still rising too.
Oh, I mean, it's high.
I got a little bit annoyed. There was like a period of time where I was going to the trade festivals, and everyone was like leather jacket, indoor sunglasses, going, "Yeah, I got this idea, mobile game, match 3, blue coin. I'll drop it whenever." And I'm like, why are you doing this? Like,
who are
the amount of money you could be making is like not as secure as if you did something else. Like, be an investment banker. We need those people, I guess. Like, just do that. Like, is it this that you need to do? So
where I thought you were going with that, right? Have you ever seen the movies Grandma Boy?
No.
Grandma's Boy? Oh, you got to watch it. There's a partner, the guy, the game developer, is this guy, and he starts dressing up. It's around the time Matrix came out, so he starts dressing like the Matrix guy and talking like a robot. It's hilarious. Look up Grandma's Boy. You'll be like, it's pretty good. But
you gotta check it out.
No, that's annoying. But I think that's one of the things that I actually started falling in love with the indie scene because of like doing stuff with Minimap and stuff like that, and talking with the developers. And developers, almost every one of them are like, I wanted to make a game that's passionate. Just playing games that I'll buy for like $5 to $10, and I'm just playing them for like 80, 90 hours. I'm like, wow, this is dope. And then the people are like, yeah, I just want to make a game I wanted to play. And I was like, that's way better than like, yeah, so next season, Zac Efron. And you're like, oh my God, kill me now.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a crunch coming for that stuff. I understand that it's always going to be there. And full disclosure, I am not as wealthy as the head of Activision. I would not be able to do their job well because my dumb idea is to make a game that's fun, and that's not how you get to be a major CEO of a giant corporation. But the fact that people like me can say, I know 2 guys and we all got an idea. We're gonna get together, Unity tutorials on YouTube, a couple of all-nighters. And we're going to make something that we're super fucking passionate about. And the reward is, guys, you can make the next game. Great. We're living in paradise. This is imagine having like a cool idea for a fucking game that you wanted to make with your friends in 1995. It's like, all right, well, fuck you. You can't. Get Nintendo accreditation, bitch. You can't.
I could see you as a CEO of Activision, like, okay, guys, we need a new skin for Call of Duty. You're like, I know this sounds crazy, but giraffe. They're like, did you say giraffe? Like, yeah, like he's got a long neck and stuff, but I think it'll sell. I think we'll be all right. And they're like,
I couldn't do it. God bless everyone who makes the next Battlefield. I mean, we'll play those games from now and then, but like the weird stuff that's about like being a teleporting rabbit, escaping from like a cyberpunk world that like a bunch of students made. Like, yeah, I like that.
I love that.
I like it raw. I like the passion uncut.
You're very much like one of my favorite people of all time, Old Dirty Bastard. He loves it raw.
There we go.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree 100%. And there's nothing that I think there's nothing more better than when you pick up a game that you didn't expect to love for like really low, like 15, $20, and you're just like, wow, man, I love this game. And then you search the developer up and like, hey, I really love your game. They're like, okay, you're creeping me out. You're like, I want more of your game. Like, just like, I'm looking at you right now. And they're like, what's happening? But I think that's super sweet. And your game, like, I think if people are playing it, like I watched George and them guys play it, and the whole time I was like, I wish I was playing this game now. And then, which I guess there's a demo, so I'm gonna give her a shot.
Give it a shot.
Yes,
Absolutely.
super fun. I can't wait to play more stages when it comes out because, yeah, the 4 stages were pretty.
Sounds
fun.
like sounds like you're trying to be a play tester, George. Get your foot in there.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you need somebody to tell you more about giraffes. I'm your man.
No, never say never. I mean, we got a lot of puzzles out there. We can't show every single one of them off in the demo, but we want to make sure all of them are good. So, I mean, we're 3 people. I was gonna say that the joke is that you can like pick up a game on Steam nowadays for like $10, and it's gonna be one of the most emotionally resonant experiences you're gonna ever have in your life. And you're gonna go over to like tell the developer that, and it's like Followers 3. It's like, oh yeah, this is the era we're living in.
I literally played a demo last night, and I'm like, this demo's so dope. I bet this guy's taking off right now. One review. I was like, what the frick? Like, I had that thing on my my wish list forever, and I was like, oh, it's out. Let's play this. I'm like, oh yeah, this is dope. All right, man, let's check this guy out and let's go send him some love. One review.
And the Discord server has like 10 people in it.
Oh yeah, I was
like, bro,
what happened, my guy? Like, this is a dope game. So, yeah, I already told George. I'm like, look at this game. He's like, one person. I'm talking to draft people. I'm like, Jesus, my guy.
No, I gotta dig up into that. But yeah, so I think. Do you guys have any idea of like when the game is gonna be coming out?
So we're hoping for early next year.
Okay.
This also is just our first game we're making as a studio, so if we got to bump it to middle of next year to make sure that it's polished. The thing I always say is that I never play a game and go, wow, they really hit that deadline.
Yeah, exactly.
We're killed it. Characters doing this.
their water flow chart, they just followed that to a T. Man, good for them. Good for them. No, we're gonna make sure the game's fun and good and polished, and that the experience ain't bumpy, and that we're telling the story we got to tell. The way that you make anything good is through just constant revision, and we're revising it. So we'll try to make the experience the best it can be. I guess the business way of saying it is GTA 6 ain't being released anytime soon, so we got wiggle room. So yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's true. GTA 6 is not coming out next year. I think it's gonna come out in like 27, 28. 29.
And God bless them for what they're doing with that game.
32.
On like a lot
You've been waiting for it.
I don't know. I couldn't make GTA 6.
I remember when I played GTA 5.
Yeah. I've been telling my daughter, be like, hey, the game was supposed to come out when you're like 5, and she's already like 20. Like, Dad, I can actually play the game. When is this coming out? Like,
they're playing with like full surround everything. You're like, I used to play that with a keyboard and a mouse. Yeah, giraffes. And then you just walk off, and they're like, what? Grandpa's losing it again. Somebody give Grandpa a snack. I think his blood sugar's low. No, no, I think that's super cool. So yeah, that's a good way to look at it. So, but I mean, I always wonder too if the people back in the old days are like, we didn't have online, so it had to be polished. And like, I still remember walking through that wall, and he's like, you don't remember nothing.
That's true.
Like
Easter egg. That's Easter egg.
We did that on purpose. So Mario was supposed to do that in the wall.
That was for the strategy guide that you were supposed to buy.
Yeah, I mean, it still kind of was cool though. When you're like, dude, I found this part, and your friends look at it and they're like, and you're like, well, you didn't find it, so
here's my little secret area. That's all for me. Who knows if anyone else found it?
So this is your first go is a stealth thing about a giraffe with your friends, and it's exciting.
Better than making a match 3 game as our first game. I mean, why not? Swing for the fences.
No, I mean, I think it's awesome. Just mean that's kind of exciting, like to be making that, and then you get to tell people like I'm making a game about a giraffe, and I'm in a studio.
It pitches well. again, I'm not like everyone should like take business management 101 or anything like that, but like if your game is like pretty easy to like entice people just from like a single sentence, all right, you got something there, cool. I'm one of those weird freaks who likes to see like the weird esoteric stuff too, but like if you are hoping to like keep the lights on, then like it kind of helps that like you can tell people about their game and they like, okay, I got it.
You're like, I want to play that.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, if you were sitting there and I didn't know anything about your game, and you're like, all right, listen. All right, let's just listen. Giraffe stealth. I was like, I'll tell you more. Yeah, I want to hear more about that. And you're like, if he talks to people, he dies. You're like, okay, I'm there. Like, just
layers of the onion continue to peel.
You're like, give me some more. You're like, and his name's Jeff. You're like, all right, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the nicest city in the world. You're like, I'm dying right now. I got to play this game.
Friendly city. Yep.
I think it's kind of time to wrap up things. But do you have any questions, Anthony and Zach, before Remy has to leave?
We started recording already?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, we did.
No, I'm just excited. It was really nice meeting you. And I'm glad we got the one guy who's not going to cry until he's off camera that he had to talk to us. And always looking like, oh God, I made it. Sweat comes off. But it was really nice meeting you. And your game looks super exciting. I'm glad you kind of went and swung for the fences, like you said.
I appreciate it, guys. You're being very kind to me. Thank you. And thank you for letting me talk with you guys. It's been a lot of fun.
I wish we had a lot more time, but I always say
every
this.
time. Says that to all the girls. I'm gonna tell you what.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just.
What about you, Anthony? Do you have any questions?
Oh, you know my question.
Yes, the question comes.
He's like, let me get my wallet out. So
Yeah, take my money, please.
the giraffe, right?
Yeah. Do you have merchandise?
So this is something that I actually do argue a lot with my team. I'm a huge fan of merchandising because I feel like anyone who purchases merchandise about like something that they like and they want like an ancillary thing says, I have so much overflowing passion for this that I want something to represent that passion for it. And
100%.
there's like a lot of people out there who just like go to like the big production kind of places and they like poop something out. And I feel bad about that because like if the thing that you're gonna showcase my passion for this thing is like a shirt that will not survive 2 washes in the washing machine, that's like a betrayal of like the passion that they have for your product. So I got like ideas for stuff that like are stuff that would be really nice. We work with a independent artist for like these shirts, which are really nice. I don't know if they're for sale now. By the way, cool graphic.
Oh, I love it. I want it. I want that.
I mean,
Hey, if there is a thing, you need to drop that link.
I'm so unprepared for this. I don't know if we're selling the shirt. We will.
There's be people outside your house with like torches, like, where's this shirt? And you're like, oh, not going outside, man.
There will be merch. It's a question of like, what can we make while still being able to like sustain being able to make it, and also what can we do to make sure that like it's validating the fans? Because again, I feel like if they're like, we're so passionate, here's like $50 for something cool, and we're like, thanks, here's a stuffed animal that came in 2 pieces, and they're going to be like, well, okay, great, thanks, buddy, I guess. Well, now my memory is of this. I would hate to disappoint. That's the codependent in me. I want to give them something that they go, it's precious, it'll be with me forever. My grandchildren will have this on the shelf and they'll look at it and go, yeah, Grandpa, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking buying that at Cash.
Grandpa said that was the best $20 of his life. He's like, you see that giraffe over there? I'll tell you what.
It's in the will. You can't keep the house unless the giraffe is in it.
That's hilarious. I mean, I think the shirt's dope.
Yeah.
But I like t-shirts when it comes to merch. I like having. He loves stuffies.
It's gotta be something that I would wear while getting a coffee. And the stuffies gotta be something that like you pick up and like you gotta put the arms around it. There's rules to this. Yes, exactly. Just imagine if that thing was like stiff and uncomfortable and like.
Oh, I wouldn't do it. I only get soft things.
Right. Like it's
no.
gotta be good.
Yeah.
It's gotta be neat. It's gotta have like a place where like you can put your finger and like the giraffe head's like the neck is like articulating with the finger. Like it needs that.
True. So it's coming, Anthony. So get your wallet ready.
Absolutely.
Okay.
He's gonna need the website and the store page.
I don't know if you can see that, but behind Anthony is like a huge shelf. Is that a shelf?
We give Anthony a hard time, but one day Anthony's house is going to be like the video game museum of the world. We're like,
I can see that.
There was once a game that never came out, and this is the controller for it. He's like, this was once a game for like a month. Yes, and then people are like, what game was that?
Concord.
He's like, but I'm one of the only 300 people who got it. So
yeah, Anthony actually does have physical copy of Concord.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah, somewhere up there.
So somewhere up there. See, he has like 100 gazillion of those. But
I think it's good, especially if you really love your game. That memory, though. So that's one thing to pitch to people. Like I always say, even if it barely gives you any money in your pocket, if someone's walking around with your shirt and they're like, "I love this game," everybody's gonna be like, "Bro, what game is that?" You're like, "You're a giraffe and you can't talk to people. You explode." And people are like, "I want to play it now," and you're like, "Yeah, well." Here's the game. You know what I mean?
Right. You're not doing the merch stuff for profit. The game is for profit. The game will let you make the next game. The merch stuff is like the thank you to the fans. Yeah, exactly.
I was a huge. I don't know if you guys know who they are, but there's a development company. I'm a huge fan of them. I guess you could kind of consider them to be indie still, but I feel like they're pretty big for an indie team. Is Rebellion? I don't know if you guys know who they are. They did a lot of the zombie army games. Yeah, I ran into their booth at PAX South when that PAX South was still a thing, and I met my friend during one of their games, and they were like, "Oh, tell us about it." And she was telling them about it and everything like that. And they're like, "Here, take some of our shirts." They just started giving us stuff, and they're like, "You're so cool." We're like, "You're so thanks." Like, so they're like going off with their merch, but they were just like, "Here's a bunch of merch." Like that made like that was like our best day there. The Rebellion's like, "Oh, you guys played that game? That's how you met? Here's some stuff." We're like,
"Yep,
thank you, thanks for being awesome."
I mean, this is a game shirt.
What game? Is
Timberwood?
Timberwood. Yeah, I think that's one thing that's really missing from the industry too. The indie industry for like these small games that blow up, like they just don't have merch. And I would walk around with like a Muffles Life Sentence shirt on, or that long title of a game that George can't say right, and I'm about to mess up, but you know what I mean? Like if I really love a game, I want it. Like I want to have it. So people ask me like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Bro, you haven't played this game?" They're like, "No." I'm like, $5 on Steam. I got you, brother.
If there are any other indie developers out there who are wondering what to do with like the boatloads of money they've made with their wildly successful games, the number one pitch I would have is to find independent, like local, like producers and stuff like that. Because production is like a completely different game entirely. I wouldn't know how to like make a profit off T-shirts, but I know this one dude who like has a silkscreen printing facility in his garage, and he does really awesome stuff. And so
that's actually pretty cool.
That's the way we go with it, is to just plumb their information about how to do this really cool stuff. If you can find those people, they exist. We're entering a gilded age of like self-employed artistry. Just
everybody's like, "Yeah, so I got a silk press, no big deal."
Yeah, it's cool. It's just neat. Everyone's doing like passion stuff now, and that's how they are able to make ends meet. That's cool.
Yeah,
that is cool.
And also, we also did a merch deal with Toge Productions. We created the Coffee Talk official merch, and then we did exclusively in Korea. So
nice.
That's also that actually is also like appreciation for the fans too, because like Toge didn't know like they had Korean fans, and we knew that there are a lot of people who actually play the game, and then I suggested them, I think there are a lot of people that might be interested in having like a merch, because there hasn't been any official merches here in Korea, and then we also designed it in a way that kind of blends really well with the game, because it's Coffee Talk, so we did like coffee mugs. Actually, we collaborated with a local coffee shop to actually do the actual coffee. So that was actually really dope experience.
I think that would be more fun than making the game, to be honest with you, is pimping it out. You
know
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so if you come to this coffee shop around this time, people, and everybody's like, "I love that game," and they're like drinking, pretend like they're in a game.
That
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
actually one of the far-flung dreams I had. There's a local coffee shop that I always go to. And in the game, Giraffe likes matcha. My dream is that the launch party we could celebrate over there while giving people like a special matcha drink.
Yeah, that'd be
Aw,
awesome. That'd be super dope. Super
Yeah.
dope. Am I invited at all?
He's been hanging out with me too long.
Anyone and everyone can come along. If you're listening to this, the invite is in the mail.
All right.
Where is this at, though?
Can you tell us the country?
Can you tell us like the city? You don't have to tell us where you live. We'll just figure it out. Promise.
So if you got like the image of America in your mind, it's on that way, that coast.
Okay, it's in the States, so I gotta fly there. But
Are you
anyways,
going west or east there?
We're
it
in.
east?
I guess I can say we're in West Hollywood. That's where we're operating out of.
Oh, oof. Okay, that's expensive.
Yeah.
anyways, so
Anywho,
do you have anything you want to say to the fans and the people who are listening before we go, Remy?
I just want to say thank you guys for having me on. It's been a blast talking with you. Thanks for everyone listening to me. Yep. You can always reach out to us. We're really bad at social media. When we get a notification, we follow it. That's the capacity that we have. I don't know how to do anything else. So if you wanted to reach out, we're here. But otherwise, we hope that you like the game. We hope you like the demo. We hope you wishlist it. And when we finally get it done, we hope that it satisfies your expectations and goes beyond it. I hope that you really enjoy it. We're doing it for your enjoyment. And so, yeah, we hope you enjoy it.
All right. Thank you everyone for listening. But before you do, please go wishlist it. I have
going right now. I'm going right now, boss. I'm
the
gonna unwish
Steam
list it and
page.
re-wish list it.
Yeah, Steam page in the description as well. So thank you all for listening or watching. And I hope you all have a great day. And we'll be back soon. Thank you everyone for coming.
I'm doing it right now.
Thank you.
Bye
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
This is the hardest part.
Yeah,
I
bye.
hate saying goodbye to people.
Yeah, Zach literally cries for like 10 minutes
I
after.
always feel like I'm the bad guy. You know what I mean? When I'm like, all right, well, I gotta go, and they're looking at me. I'm like, or not. It's whatever you want to do.
I got a kind of a